Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and it's really windy outside, which has nothing to do with anything that I'm about to say. I'm just have to say something. Um, I've been working overnights for a couple of weeks now, and it's what I want to do, so I'm not complaining. I get to because I usually don't sleep. I usually stay up for like 3 or 4 days at a time, usually because I have insomnia, or I mean that's a medical term for a meth habit. Um, excuse me. But anyway, so it's very it's best for me if I can work in overnight, because if I work during the day, I don't know. I feel like I'm wasting stuff. Like because like when you have insomnia and you're up like at 3 o'clock in the morning, like on YouTube or playing video games or like whatever, drawing, just whatever you do. But that's what I do. Okay, so if like I feel like I could be doing that like during the day, and at night I could at whatever 3 o'clock in the morning I can be working and get that out the way. Like I might as well do something like um I don't know if the word's pro, uh, productive, but like work is something you don't want to do. So like, why not do something you don't want to do, like between like midnight and 6 in the morning, and then the rest of the day, the day you could do whatever you want. But anyway, I don't know why I was telling you that. Well, because I want you to know. Okay. Anyway, no, but I used to work at this dog place called the Love Dog Company, and there's a manager there. Her name was Eddie. Well, that was her nickname. She had a weird name. It started with Eddie, but it was like in a different language. But so we just called her Eddie. But anyway, she had a dog there named Bobo. Anyway, Eddie was a bitch. She talked shit about everyone. Like you go upstairs and you open up the door and like she would talking shit about you, and then she like uh, quickly changed the subject. Like that happened on a daily basis. And then like soon as someone like left the room, she would start talking shit about them, and you're like, well, I know when I leave the room, she's gonna do the same thing to me. But anyway, and then like if you went upstairs and like sit outside the door, you would hear her talking shit about someone, and then like sometimes she go, I think someone's coming, and then the people she would be talking to is like this dog trainer named Angie, this other woman named Lori. Like she would be talking about shit with them, and then and so like you think that they were friends, and then like when Angie would leave, she would talking shit about Angie. Basically, I'm trying to say she's a very toxic woman, and everyone knew she was toxic though. And also she was on like some God, like some medication. Um, I forgot, but she was on like some mental medication. I forgot. Like she told someone, and I forgot. So whatever, like lithium. I don't know. It was like one of those medications. But anyway, but like she would like complain because she's like it makes my like ankles hurt or something, something weird. But anyway, the point is, no one likes Eddie. And this is a doggy daycare place called the Love Dog Company. Okay, so Eddie sometimes would bring her dog there. Okay, now Angie, the dog trainer, she's also a manager. She would feed the dogs, and so Eddie's dog took like this supplement powder. It was like just 2 scoops. I don't know what it was, but I mean what it was called. But it's like for to make the fur shiny. All those bullshit things that they say that it makes the dog have. Like do you care that your dog's fur is shiny? Like really? But anyway, so it's like this powder to make the dog's fur shiny. So Angie, so-called Eddie's friend and fellow shit talker, she would instead of putting 2 scoops of the dog powder, she would put 2 scoops of Ajax. And I'm like, well, that's the manager, and she's doing it right in front of me anyway. I'm sure she's doing it in front of other people, but she's in charge though. So and like Eddie, the only thing Eddie does is talk shit, and like I don't care. So I saw this happen. I don't know how many times, maybe like 5 or 6 times. Angie would put 2 scoops of Ajax in the dog's food instead of the 2 scoops of the powder. I mean, of course the dog died, but quote unquote of old age. But yeah, Angie poisoned Eddie's dog. because they're just toxic people, and me being I don't give a fuck, and because Eddie talks shit about me, and I don't like either one of them, but I didn't talk shit. I just like, well, they're not good people. Let them do their thing. So yeah, welcome to cage-free dog care. Like, I don't know why people take their dogs to cage-free dog places. Like, there was an overnight guy there named Sam. He would like beat the dogs. Like, if a dog was making noise, he literally like kicked the shit out of them. Like, this is at the Love Dog Company, so-called best doggy daycare place in West LA. You know, and there's other people there too that would literally kick the shit out of the dogs, but Sam did it the most. Angie would like hit the dogs. Other people just didn't do anything. I mean, like, I remember there, and like there'd be like maybe 5 or 6 dogs fights like every day, because like you're supposed to screen the dogs before they're allowed. So like they're supposed to be nice basically. We let every dog was allowed to go there. Every dog pass. So there was literally like 5 or 6 fights every day. Now obviously we stopped the fights before it escalated into something crazy, but it was still a very dangerous place. And the only reason why things didn't get crazy because like it came to a point where like some dogs were literally just locked up all day. Like they'd be like, I'm not exaggerating, like maybe 12 dogs locked up because they're just troublemakers. And even though you have all those dogs locked up all day, there's still fights because there's so many bad dogs there. And at the Love Dog Company, there's a there's like a certain amount of dogs, like you know how like the fire marshal or whatever, like they have a capacity of how many like people can be in a restaurant. Like this building has a capacity of this and blah blah blah. This it goes the same thing with dogs. So our place had a capacity of like 120 dogs. We'd have like 200 dogs there. Sometimes like 220 dogs there, 250 dogs there. These dogs were so packed. I'm talking packed like sardines. Like there were so many dogs there. Sometimes the dogs couldn't even move. Now those were the good days, because in the days the dogs couldn't move, they just sat there and didn't do anything. Like there was never a fight when it was overcrowded, because the dogs were so like, I guess like stressed out, because like imagine not being able to move because like you're in a room with so many people, you can only stand still. Like that's how it was for these dogs sometimes. Like it was crazy. So like, yeah, it was. But see, this was my first dog job. I've worked at several places, but it was literally, out of every other place I worked at, the Love Dog Company was the worst place I've ever worked at. Had the worst staff. It was the most unsafe. People beat the dogs. People poisoned the dogs. Like if someone didn't like a dog, like once again, if like the manager didn't like the dog, like if Angie didn't like a dog, or like Sam, like her friend, like they'd beat him. There was another guy there. I'm not gonna say his name, Greg. Like he'd wear steel-toe boots, kick the shit out of the dogs. Like so many people. I didn't do anything. I didn't abuse the dogs because it's like, well, I didn't have to, because like everyone else was doing such a good job at it, but yeah, actually, the Love Dog Company, it doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, because it was owned by Tamara Geller. Yeah, and she was the owner and so-called this celebrity dog trainer. She was never there. She knew nothing what was going on with her business. She had her friend Diane be like the general manager. She knew nothing about dogs and was just randomly telling people what to do, and it made no sense. Like it was just a bad. I mean, it made money because of her being a celebrity, I guess, and she did train Ozzy Osbourne's dog. Like that was her, I guess, claim to fame, because like she was on TV once. But yeah, like I don't know, worst place I've ever worked at in terms of dog safety and like staff that abuse dogs. Definitely the Love Dog Company. But I worked at other places too where it was bad. But anyway, that one was the worst. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that dog poisoning story. Have a good one. Peace.